It's the sound every single driver just dreads, that sharp crack when you're on the highway.
Oh, yeah.
And you know it instantly. Your windshield is toast. But here's the part that drives people crazy. You call around for a quote, and the numbers are just all over the map.
It creates total chaos for you, the consumer. I mean, you ask for a simple price on a simple repair, and you get a range that feels, well, it feels completely arbitrary.
It feels like they're just making it up. But today, we are going to strip back some of that confusion. We're doing a deep dive into the Aloha, Oregon Windshield Replacement Cost Guide.
It's from the team at Collision Auto Glass and Calibration.
Right. And our goal is to figure out why replacing a piece of glass in Aloha, Oregon might cost one driver, say $200, and their next door neighbor $600.
It's a huge spread. And frankly, the guide suggests that if you're confused by the price, you're probably looking at the windshield all wrong.
Wow, so.
You're seeing it as a shield against the wind. Your car sees it as a lens.
A lens. Okay, that sounds a little high concept for an auto repair shop.
It's just the reality of modern cars. But let's start with the basics from the guide. For Aloha residents, the baseline is right there, between $200 and $600.
Okay.
If you're on the lower end, that $200 mark, you are likely driving what the industry calls a standard vehicle.
And the guide mentions things like a Honda Civic or a Toyota Camry. I'm guessing that means, slightly older models?
Often, yeah. For those cars, the windshield really is just glass. It serves a structural purpose, sure, but it's passive. You just pop the old one out, put the new one in, seal it up.
A simple hardware swap.
Exactly.
Okay, so that accounts for the $200 bucket.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you make that jump all the way to $600? Is that just the luxury tax for driving a BMW or an Audi?
That is part of it, and the guide does mention those brands. But the logo on the hood isn't the main cost driver anymore. It's what is glued to the glass.
What do you mean?
We're talking about rain sensors, which, let's be honest, in Oregon is basically life support equipment, but also things like heated wiper parks, acoustic inner layers.
I didn't even realize some of that was actually embedded in the glass itself. I always thought it was in the dashboard somewhere.
Nope, it's baked right in. But the real wallet buster here, and this is what the guide really highlights, is ADAS.
ADAS. Advanced Driver Assistance Systems.
This is the critical takeaway for you. We're talking about lane departure warnings, automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control. All these systems rely on cameras mounted right behind your rearview mirror.
Looking through the windshield.
Looking through the windshield. So if you replace that glass, you are fundamentally messing with the camera's view of the world.
It's like getting a new pair of prescription glasses.
That's a perfect analogy. If the prescription is off by just a fraction, you're going to walk into a wall. If your new windshield makes that camera's aim off by a single millimeter, your car might think the vehicle in front of you is 20 feet further away than it is.
Wow. That's incredibly dangerous. The car could just fail to brake in time.
Which is why you have to pay for calibration. The source emphasizes this so heavily. You're not just paying for the glass and the labor, you're paying a technician to basically recalibrate the car's computer vision.
So the safety features actually work.
So they actually work. That is the hidden cost that pushes you up toward that $600 mark.
So it stops being a simple hardware repair and becomes, what, a software update?
Precisely. Now, there is some good news in the guide for the locals. It points out what they call a specific Aloha advantage.
I saw that. It has to do with logistics.
It's pure supply chain economics. Because Aloha is right next to Portland, you're in a major supply hub. If you lived out in a remote coastal town, just getting that specific piece of high-tech glass shipped out involves extra fees.
Right.
In Aloha, the competition is higher and the supply lines are short. That keeps the base rates pretty honest.
So you're not paying a middle-of-nowhere tax.
Right.
But the guide is very clear that because of all these variables, the VIN, the sensors, the calibration, you can't just rely on a ballpark guess.
Absolutely not. You need a transparent quote that's based on your specific vehicle. If a shop just gives you a flat rate without asking about your car's features, you should probably, run the other way.
And for our listeners in Aloha who are maybe dealing with a cracked view right now, the source material points directly to Collision Auto Glass and Calibration. You can find them at collisionautoglass.com or call 503-656-3500.
And with the calibration requirements we just talked about, going to a professional who really understands the tech is It's just non-negotiable at this point.
It really changes how you look at a simple rock chip, doesn't it? It used to be just a cosmetic annoyance. Now it feels more like a glitch in the system.
It does, and it leaves us with a lingering question, doesn't it? As cars get smarter and more reliant on what they can see, at what point does a dirty windshield or a tiny crack stop being a maintenance issue and start
Right.
becoming a critical software failure?
Something to think about the next time you're following a gravel truck a little too closely. Thanks for listening to this deep dive, and drive safe out there.